Yo, this thing on? Fight World, what up? Woo! It's hot out here in California. Boxing UK, what's good? We working. 110 out there. Texas know about that heat. Ricardo, what up? Gotta stay hydrated. Hot as fuck out here. We working now. Oh man, I am back. Did you miss me? Shout out to the gang. We all here. We here to talk about this boxing thing. Make sure y'all smash the like button. I'm just trying to cool off. I just brought in this new fan. Oh my gosh, it feel good. Gang, gang. Is the stream choppy? Can y'all hear? You guys here? Everything good? Where's Pusha T's response at? Was he killing? Pusha T could spit. It's choppy. Hey, YouTube gotta get it right, man. Choppy, yes or no? Is the stream choppy? Can you hear me? Yeah. A little bit choppy. What can we do? Let me close some of these windows. I don't know what. Oh, here. I found the culprit. Hold on. Let me try to enhance it for y'all. We better? Yo, we better, y'all? I'm trying to make it smoother for y'all. Pause. You know we had to pause that one. Alright. EJ working. I told you we are the mob. MOB, money on top of boxing, West Side. Told you I was gonna put California on my back. Pusha was talking that talk. I'm gonna check it out. Pusha T, shout out to him. He could spit. Yuck. He could spit. I'm anxious. Hey, he was running out of time. He was waiting a little bit too long. Finally caught a live Ego stream. Ego working. Y'all know that. I'm out in Cali, it's hot as fuck. The AC ain't working. So we doing it like the Mayweather gym. Doghouse rules. It's hot as fuck. But we still working. Yeah, I drink soda. I eat Taco Bell. Easy work. Everybody type These young boys can't beat me. Ego Army, stand up. We are the squadron. We are the squad. Squad up. Let's get it, man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Not again. We're gonna talk that talk. We're gonna talk about Joshua. Oh my gosh. Let's get this roll call out. I got a lot to say. It's some easy ass work. Victor Ortiz, he gonna say in the Maidana fight, oh, I wasn't there. I wasn't really myself that night. I wasn't there. Oh, you was there. You was there, motherfucker. You was there getting your ass beat. Listen, roll call, and then I'm going in. I'm going ham on. Oh my gosh, man. Let's get it. I didn't even drink no coffee today, but I'm wired. Woo! Victorville 760 Cali, my home state, my home base, and they can't relate. Shout out to the Amsterdam, the Netherlands, whole UK. Hey UK, hopefully you're a real fan from the UK, cause we gonna talk about it. I might even turn into Ego Veli, Illuminati. Will blows like a 12 gauge to the body. Feel me? We gonna talk. Philly always in here, you know. Shout out to my ox in Philly, Bridgeport, CT. UK says it's all good, then it's all good with me. As long as y'all like the truth, then we get along just fine. Now, if you one of them protecting motherfuckers that don't care about the sport at all, you care about one fighter, this is not the channel for you. Please change the station, like Mike Tyson said. Shout out to Vermont. Shout out to Bridgeport, Connecticut. I'm ready to go, man. Yeah, no, let the dog off the leash. Capiche, so we can talk about it. I want to talk about Anthony Joshua and Povetkin. 909. Shout out to Redlands. Killer Cali. What up, Ronald? We about to talk about it. I'm just warming up. Shout out to Melbourne, Florida. Fury's fighting a cruiserweight, moving up. He's not a champion. Coming off a long layoff. I ain't mad at it. Got nothing but love for you. Do your thing, boy. Alright, let's get it. Straight to it. Fuck it. We don't need no max audience. They'll come. They'll come. The hater, you know the haters gonna come. So we'll fill up soon. Listen. Shout out to dailymail.co.uk. They have a new interview, and guess what? I just did a video about that. So if you don't want to wait and do the live stream way, you could check that video on the channel. It's already posted. But basically, Anthony Joshua's promoter, right, Eddie Hearns, did an interview with Sports Mail, Daily News, whatever, .co.uk. I linked it all up in that video. But he basically said, I'm going to paraphrase. He says that Povetkin is likely next if no Wilder fight. He says Wilder basically has a 2-week notice, and if he's not willing to travel to the UK, then they're pretty much going to pursue Povetkin. That's basically what he's saying. So, well, looky. Now, I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but once again, who was right? Who was wrong? Now, don't get it twisted. There's still a chance, maybe, that Wilder fights Joshua next. Maybe. But it's not looking good. It's not really looking that way. You know what I mean? It's not really looking like they're going to fight. If they do fight, more power to you. And I'll be extremely happy. But it's not, the cards are not really leaning towards that. Barry Hearn did an interview like 2 weeks ago talking about we need to expedite these talks with Team Wilder. And then for Eddie Hearn to be doing a current interview talking about Povetkin's likely, Wilder's on a 2-week notice, and if he's not willing to come to the UK, then we're moving on. Basically what Golden Boy's doing to Triple G. Hey, we moving on without you, bro. But it's funny that they're, in this case, Canelo Triple G is a little bit different because Triple G actually agreed to the terms, his side, and then now they want more equity. You know what I'm saying? They want more of the pot now. Wilder never agreed to no 12.5 and then sent them a better offer. The amount of money that AJ's side, AJ specific, not even AJ's side, Anthony Joshua particularly asked for. He said, "Hey Walter, tell Walter." They say it's a 100 million fight. Fine. Tell Walter's team 50 mil. I'll take that fight. I'll take that tomorrow. Remember when Joshua was doing the interview? He was like, if I were to get a deal like that at this point in my career, I'll be over the moon. I'll be ecstatic. You know what I'm saying? I would grab that with both hands. Remember he was saying all that? But then you ain't gonna grab 50 mil with both hands? Like, man, what? You would grab 12.5 mil with both hands in open arms and all this. But then when it comes to 50 mil that you asked for, you ain't gonna grab that with both hands. You ain't even gonna touch it with a pinky. You ain't gonna grab it with your foot. You just gonna say, nah, bruh. We built this over here in the UK. Knowing that, listen, this is no disrespect to the UK. Please believe it. I used to live in England. If you don't believe me, fuck you. I used to live in England. Piece of my heart in England. But this is the thing. The UK fans are great, brilliant. But at the end of the day, business is business. And even though the UK fans are so great, it's a different economy and it's a different demographic. Hence why Wilder and Joshua can fight in America and make more money. You got what is not making sense? How is it that the UK fans are so great, yet the event with 80,000 people in Carlos Takam is not doing better than Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor selling 16 to 17,000 tickets? Their live gate, I assure you, for Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather outsold 78,000 that went to Joshua Takam because there's different price points and whatever else. You know what I'm saying? There's ticket like recycling where brokers buy and all that shit, right? So I get it. Joshua's like, oh, I owe it to the fans, all that, but you owe it to yourself to get that bag, take care of your family, solidify your legacy in the history books. That's what you owe. You know what I mean? You can't just do everything. You think Kovalev would have probably loved to fight Andre Ward in Russia, but it doesn't make the same economic sense to bring Ward to Russia. Like, maybe they could have made some money, but it would have been hard for a lot of US media to get to. You know what I mean? So you got to look at the economics of a situation. Like, man, looking shaky, baby. And the funny thing is, that's why I don't mind being the fall guy. I'll be the patsy because time reveals all. Like, I must be the psychic of the year because I predicted these moments. You get what I'm saying? Like, I must be Miss Cleo and shit. Call now for your free redone. Call me now. Like, I must be Miss Cleo because I told you motherfuckers what it was before it happened. Don't even call me Boxingego. Call me Boxing Cleo because I'm Miss Cleo. I'm son of Cleo, man. I'm psychic. I must be. Because the whole time I'm saying this and warning y'all, it's like the motherfucker from the Final Destination. He hop off the plane like, yo, I just seen the plane crash. Get me the fuck up off here. Oh, you're lying. Calm down. Kick him off. They kick him off the plane. What happened? Plane crash. You know what I'm saying? Now that's some heinous shit. This is just boxing. But I'm telling you the plays before they happen. Boxing Cleo. Hey, call now for your free redone. Call me now. I'm Boxing Cleo. I'm clearly a psychic. Because y'all doubted the whole time I say all these things. I'm the bad guy. Oh, yeah. Y'all fucking hate it. Like, brush your teeth, dirtbag. Talking about, oh, you hate the UK and you hate Anthony Joshua. You know, you're biased. You know, all this stupid shit y'all saying. And then when I'm right, y'all don't send me flowers. Y'all ain't sending me some Kit Kats, bonbons or some shit. Saying, oh, my bad. I called you biased and all this shit. But you was actually right. Where's my 40 acres and a mule? You know what I'm saying? The whole time I say this stuff, I'm the bad guy. And then when it turns out to be absolutely how I called it, because I'm not thinking with emotion, there's There's no like, oh, I'm sorry cards, or you know what I'm saying? Oh, let me donate to your channel now. They just disappear. Or they be like, oh, you're biased against Triple G. Or you're happy Lomachenko got a shoulder injury. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why would I be happy that Loma's injured? You know what I'm saying? But it's cool, because we know what it is. Y'all can get mad. Oh, I don't like, ego has an ego. Y'all say, I see all that stupid shit in the comment section. I don't give a fuck about what y'all talking about. Because you're not proving me wrong. Prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I say, oh, I don't think Wilder Joshua's gonna be next, and then Wilder Joshua's next, boom, I'm wrong. I'll admit it. I'll be like, whoa. He's not fighting Povetkin or Gerald Miller, like I told y'all. But anyway, the signs are looking like he's not fighting Wilder next. It don't have nothing to do with being petty, because see, look, this is how the fans do. How is it petty only one way? How is it petty when, like, so y'all the dog, like, let's say a dog. The haters, they're like the dog that shit on the carpet. I didn't shit on the carpet. You shit on the carpet. So me, as a pet owner, if I put your nose by that shit and make you smell what you did, right? You can't blame me. Oh, I'm trying to teach y'all a lesson. I'm trying to show y'all what you did. You know what I'm saying? So why is it only petty when I do it? Why is it not petty when they say, oh, bias, ego, and you suck, you're lying, you hate AJ and all this stuff? Why is that not petty? Why is it only petty when I turn out to be accurate? But hey, we still growing. That's what matters ultimately. As long as the army's straight, I'm good with that. Shout out to T Breeze. Ego, I know this ain't boxing. After the stream, look up the Pusha T killing Drake. $5 super chat. Yeah, I'm a hip hop head, so I'm gonna definitely check that out. Pusha T was running out of time with that response. You gotta kind of respond quick, so I'm glad he came out with something. I'll check it though. I'm the Simon Phoenix of boxing. If you don't know, then oh well, Google it. I'm Simon Phoenix. We're gonna be spending a lot of quality time together. See you later, sweetie, honey, sugar. So, no matter how you slice it, all these AJ protectors that were saying, oh, you're biased, and other channels who were saying similar stuff to me, and you were saying we were so wrong and you were so right, you guys look stupid as hell. And you just have to sit there in your own stupidness. You know what I'm saying? And I know stupidness isn't even a word, but that's what you deserve. Something that's not even a word. Because that's how you look right now. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Shout out to John. He said casual fans hate to be corrected when they're wrong. Yeah, they usually disappear or jump ship onto some other topic. I'm Simon Phoenix. Damn, I'm possessed. Wonder if I could play the accordion too. Do you have anything fresh to say on your behalf? Yeah, I do. Teddy bear. Hey, remember when Wesley was speaking Spanish? He said, stop it. Hey, he was like, rendered obsoleto. Why? He was like, the program was rendered obsolete. He's like, rendered obsoleto. Stop it. Stop that. Hey, that shit was so bad. Hey, shout out to Demolition Man. That's one of my favorite movies. That motherfucker is a rendered obsoleto. Oh my god, that motherfucker. It said rendered. He said, what's my boggle? What seems to be your boggle? They want me to go to a fancy dinner at Taco Bell. Hey, you don't know that they're using 3C shell. Rendered obsoleto. But anyway, man, Stream King has spoken. Y'all look crazy, like y'all always do. Eddie Hearn himself is saying that Alexander Povetkin is likely. Now, here's where we double up. If Anthony Joshua, I already said this before, if he not only fights Povetkin a mandatory as opposed to an undefeated unification with the only remaining belt in Deontay Wilder, whereas Povetkin has no belt. He's a mandatory though, and he lost to Klitschko, a guy that Joshua beat. If he not only fights him, but if he fights him where there's going to be more money offered in Russia, then there's nothing you could say. To me, AJ has clearly ducked Deontay Wilder, because you cannot say I'm not going to America because I owe it to my fans for this historic fight and all this, and then fight in Russia, which is pretty close to Asia. You know what I mean? It's basically a technicality. It's like Europe, Asia. You know what I mean? And I think like probably 70-something% would probably say it's considered Asia, even though I don't think Russia claims either. But that's not really hometown advantage if you fight in Russia. That's Povetkin's home. So damn, Pusha T murdered Drake like that? I can't wait to check it. Let me text my boy. But yeah, if he goes to fight Povetkin in Russia for less than 50 million, then he clearly avoided Deontay Wilder. There's nothing else you could say at this point. And like, listen, the worst. Hold on, I gotta text my boy. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Listen, if AJ goes over to Russia, make sure y'all smash the like button. That can't be justified. You can't justify. You say you don't want to come. First of all, you ask for 50 mil. That can't even be justified. To ask someone for something, get it, and then refuse it. Like, okay, what if me and Michelle Joy Phelps, shout out to my girl Michelle Joy Phelps, what if we're at In-N-Out and she was like, hey, Ego, you want something to eat? I'm like, yeah, give me a double, grilled onions. So she orders her food, and she orders, I don't know if she eat In-N-Out because she in shape and shit, but follow with me. MJP asked me what I want. I said I want a double, grilled onions. And she orders her food, and she orders me a double, grilled onions. She comes back to the table and says, here's your double with grilled onions that you ordered. And I'm like, I can't eat that. I'm vegan. She be like, what in the fuck? And I'm just gonna speak on her behalf, because any of us would do that. She'd be like, why'd you have me waste my money and time, order you a double, and your ass vegan? You a vegan, you eating plants, you like a brontosaurus, you ain't a T-Rex, you ain't a carnivore, you're a herbivore. Like, she would be like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't even make sense. That's what AJ did. Oh, 50 mil, tell Wilder's team 50 mil, I'll fight him tomorrow. Okay, they came with your 50 mil, and then tomorrow was like 2-3 months ago, 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to request something, then get, and then if he said, that's why you got to watch what you say. AJ is a celebrity. That's why you got to watch what you say in the public eye. You see dumbass Roseanne, she got her show canceled, fat ass show canceled. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch what you say. You say that slick shit. Oh, yeah, okay. You want to say something racist on Twitter, huh? Yeah, national thief. We all seen it, Roseanne. Yeah, first you sing that fucked up national anthem. Now you think you could do this to America? Huh? Like, that's why your show got canceled, dummy. You gotta watch what you say. Now back to AJ. I was just talking about Roseanne just because it's current news. Gotta watch what you say. See, I watch what I say. I'm confident in what I say. I say what I say, and I support what I say. I'm not out here calling AJ no crazy shit or saying Eddie Hearns is a horrible promoter. In fact, he's a good promoter. But at the end of the day, people have to be held accountable for what they say. And what his team has said throughout this whole process is not really making sense to me. It's not really making sense. You ask someone for 50 mil, oh, tell Wilder's team 50 mil, I'll take that tomorrow. Then Wilder's team come up with 50 mil, and you're like, and I feel like I gotta get away. Like, what? What's all that extra shit? Like, you said 50 mil tomorrow fight. You know what I'm saying? And then they come back with the 50 mil. Now I feel like I gotta get away. And what the fuck? I don't see how you can hate from outside the club. You can't even get in. Lag out. And I feel like I gotta get away. And you can never stop me. And then that could be a little cocky. Every time I gotta hit it, like, what is this extra? All this extra. There ain't no extra. You said 50 mil. That's what you want. You said it's gonna be easy? You said you want 50 mil? Okay. See, listen, this is how, like I said, this is how you know an ego army. I told you, rise up, West Side. This how you know when we killed the game. Because you notice my talking points have not changed for months. I said the Dillian White fight for Wilder should not take precedence over AJ. I said AJ versus Povetkin or Gerald Miller shouldn't take precedence over Wilder, right? I said Wilder offered the 50, or AJ asked for 50 mil, Wilder offered it, he should take it. I haven't changed nothing. I've been on the same shit. But notice them. They're the one, oh, Wilder's ducking, Dillian White. Oh, Wilder should just take 12.5 flat and shut the fuck up. That Blackie should shut up and take it. It's 3 to 5 times more than he's ever received. The Black Channel, right? I've said the same things. I'm on the same tip, pause. I've said the same exact thing about this fight. But they're the ones switching. All the people, all the fans, all the people supporting this. First, Wilder should take 12.5. Then you see there's a lot more money eligible for this fight because the B side offers the A side record-setting money, 50 mil. That has never been a guarantee for a heavyweight, right? I told 12 points on Clarence. Shout out to Clarence. His real name is Clarence, and Clarence lives at both parent. No, I'm just playing. That's the Eminem. But Clarence said 12.5 was a joke. Exactly. That's what I said. Damn, Pusha T got him like that? Pusha got bars though, so. You know, I'm just gonna say this. Pusha T could have been baiting Drake in. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he didn't really go in on him on that Irrelevant or whatever the fuck the song's on the Daytona. He didn't really go in on him like that. So he might have just wanted to open him up. Like, you know, when a fighter acts like they're just throwing punches and, you know what I mean, not really throwing hard because they want you to open up and counter so they could really start throwing their hard shit. So maybe that, if y'all are saying if you saying Pusha killed him like that, then he might have been just setting him up. Damn, y'all saying Drake is dead? Hey, but the only thing is this, and then we'll get back to this boxing shit. Drake won't be dead for real because this new millennial generation doesn't care. They don't care like, you know what I mean, past generations, my generation. They don't care about if you got your ass chewed in a battle rap. It's over for you. Drake got outed by Meek Mill for the Quentin Miller, the ghostwriting shit, and people stood behind Drake and they was mad at Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Meek is hating. He's clout chasing. Oh. So they don't care about ghostwriters and shit like that. My era, that matter. If you, oh shit, you don't even write your own rhymes. You got somebody else writing your shit. But they don't care. Because the same motherfuckers that was like Drake and his disses to Meek Mill killed Meek Mill. They're the same motherfuckers who 2 years later talking about free Meek Mill. Why you want him free? But then when he was beefing with Drake, you was saying, oh, he got destroyed. He got an L. Meek Mills with the 2 L's and all. You was saying all that shit. Y'all motherfuckers is fake, just like in boxing. You talking about free Meek like you always supported him. Free him. You want him free, but then when he was beefing with Drake, you wasn't talking about no free bullshit. Just like boxing, bunch of fake shit. You talking about free Meek Mill, but when he was beefing with Drake, you hated everything about him and was talking about how he keeps collecting L's and Cassidy ate him and Drake ate him. But anyway, I'm gonna check the diss out. Y'all just chill out. But anyway, free Meek Mill, even though he's free. Shout out to him. Game was killing on Meek. He said, make that bitch take a knee like Colin Kaepernick. He said some shit like that. But anyway, back to this AJ shit. Like I said, I must be a psychic because I predicted it. How can you explain that? How can you explain how people, there's a lot of people that agree with me, but I'm talking to the people specifically who didn't agree. How can you explain when all these topics come up and you saying that I'm biased and stuff, and then as the weeks follow, you see what I said came true? How can you explain it? How is it that I was able to predict that? You get what I'm saying? How would I know? It's not like I'm blessed with this fucking awakening psychosis, you know what I mean, talent. It's because I'm not thinking with my emotions, and I'm going with where the waves are going. I could see, I could read the signs, period. But again, if AJ ends up fighting Povetkin on Povetkin's home turf, that lets you know what it is. There's no, how can someone justify that? Someone justify. Why would you not? Why would you? Okay, justify this. I'll do a hot seat right now, $100. If you beat me on this, anybody step up, I will Venmo or PayPal you $100. This is how confident I am in what I say. $100. Take advantage of it, because I'm not gonna always offer money, because I work too hard for my shit. I'll give somebody $100 right now. I'll show you on my. I got what? Like what? I got two phones. I'll show you right now. If someone beats me. But if you don't beat me, you getting blocked. You know that. So, how is it that AJ, his promoter, who represents him, says he could come to the Barclays for Gerald Miller if Miller looks well against Johann Duhaupas, a guy Wilder knocked out years before, and Miller did look good in that fight. He dressed up like Black Panther, beat the shit out of Johann Duhaupas. He clearly won. So he could come to America for that. And if he fights in Russia, because I do believe not that I believe, I know that Povetkin's team made a higher bid for them to fight in Russia, and then they also gave like an alternate plan B if Povetkin were to travel. But trust me, there's going to be more money if AJ goes to Russia for that. So how can you fix your lips to justify AJ traveling to Russia out of technically the UK? Most people wouldn't say that's home field advantage, fighting in Povetkin's backyard of Russia, or fighting Gerald Big Baby Miller. But for $50 million, no, don't come to America because of the UK fans. Explain that. I'm just gonna drink some water. I'm just gonna rehydrate and let y'all get it together. So in essence, why travel for these other non-champions? Good fighters. Gerald Miller's my dude. Povetkin, he's a good fighter. He's still a dangerous fight. But why travel for non-champions, but for more money and legacy and in prime champion who happens to be an inch taller than you and have the most power in the division? No, don't travel for him. All right, I got a hot seat. Jethron B. He wants to make history, simple as that, for his legacy. So I don't get what's making history? Fighting Povetkin? Possibly in Russia? What are you even talking about? Jethron B. You in the hot seat. Y'all gotta start making this shit make sense. Y'all wanna comment? That's fine. But be ready to be challenged. You said AJ wants to make history, simple as that, for his legacy. So how's Povetkin making history or legacy? What are you talking about? T Breeze killed you. $5 super chat. He put $5 on your books. Take less money to fight a known dirty fighter or a non-American champ and not unify. Where's Jethron at? Where is he at? What are you talking about? Please explain. How is he making it for legacy or whatever you're talking about? Anybody seen Jeff Ron? Jeff Ron. These dudes are irrational. Exactly. I'm from Canada. I'm unified champion. I want to make history having a fight in Canada for undisputed. Strike one. How does that, okay. How does that explain, okay, what you said still doesn't make sense. You're talking about having to fight in the UK, but I'm not talking about fighting Wilder in the UK. I'm talking about fighting Povetkin, who it looks like he's gonna fight. So you're not gonna be undisputed in the UK. You're talking about fighting, your team is talking about fighting Povetkin if you don't hear back in a week or two. So what are you talking about? Fight Wilder for undisputed in the UK or Canada? Strike one. You gotta do better. That don't even make sense. We're talking about why is he fighting Povetkin? And why would he go to travel to Povetkin's home turf? And he was willing to, according to his promoter, travel to Gerald Miller, who's from Brooklyn, fight him in Brooklyn, at the Barclays, in Brooklyn, but not fight Wilder, an Alabama guy who's not even from New York, who's not even from the East Coast. Hey, you gotta hurry up, because I'm not waiting all day for you. You already got strike one. What else you got? Where's this dude at? Hey, do I have any shooters in the building? Shooters, announce yourself. Shooters, announce yourself if you're in the building. We gotta keep this rolling. Hey, bro, you gotta hurry up. The dude in the hot seat. You talking about Canada. Okay, J-Dog Finkley. Please count to 15. Count down from 15. If this dude is not answered, then just, you know what to do. The Sicarios, yes. Because he's not even making sense. I'm giving you an opportunity. You already have strike one. What are you talking about? We're talking about why not fight Wilder next. I never said Wilder shouldn't go to the UK. So what are you talking about? I don't care if Wilder take. I want to see the fight next. Block me, sorry. I thought you were talking about Wilder peace. So he just gave up. Just y'all can put him in timeout. He wasn't tripping like that. Jet Throng B shooters. You could just put him in timeout. He could come back. He said block me, sorry. That's saying uncle. So that's cool. He just got timeout, people. Don't fret. He'll be back, eligible to get back in 5 minutes. See, if y'all give up, you remember on Bloodsport, it was like, say it, Mate. If y'all say Mate or uncle, and say, hey, give up, then we'll let you live. So don't be like, oh, he blocked everybody. I give y'all the way out. You better beg for mercy, motherfucker. Nah, I'm just saying, just admit you were wrong. If you know the walls are closing, but most people have too much pride, so they're not gonna do that. Van Damme was like, sit. Y'all can say it. Just admit you didn't have a point, and then we'll let you live. So anyway, like I said, I must be psychic because I predicted this shit in Tupacalypse. Now you gotta really ask yourself some questions. Shout out to Frank Dukes. Frank Dukes, like put up your dukes, right? You gotta ask yourself some real life questions. I'm just a regular man. I'm just a regular mortal. So how is it that I'm able to see what's happening before it happens regarding this Joshua Wilder situation? But a lot of these other dudes, they're like, no, you're hating on AJ and all that. But then why does it look like it's playing out how I said it was going to play out, where Wilder would not be next? It's just too much. It's too much, people. Last year, literally, after he knocked out Carlos Takam, they said the Wilder fight has to happen in 2018. So I mean, the thing I don't like about, you know, I'm gonna be truthful. Povetkin is not a bad fighter, and Povetkin Joshua is not a bad fight. Yeah, I said it. Povetkin is a good fighter, and it's actually a dangerous fight for Joshua because he has more to lose than he probably has to gain. Oh, I don't know how much money the Russians offered him, but because you know they got bread. But it's a dangerous fight. But the fight we all want is Joshua Wilder. So at that point, you have to put a fight like Povetkin on the back burner. It's a mandatory as opposed to a unification. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even that I'm even so mad at the fight. Like as a fight, it could be a fun fight, but I'm mad at the implications because what if Joshua loses? What if he loses to which Povetkin literally has the power to hurt anybody in the division, and he's a gold medalist. So I don't like that. I think these promoters are playing with fire, and in essence playing God. And what I mean by God is trying to create their own fate and align everything perfectly how they want to. But this great sport called boxing, there is no perfect storm because you can have everything mapped out, a great game plan for your fighter, and they still fucking somehow lose. I've seen it. I've seen guys who were supposed to be the next best thing. You know what I mean? Like, remember Curtis Stevens and the other dude, Jadon Codrington? They were supposed to be the knockout artists. They were doing these like little smack DVDs. They were getting a lot of buzz. They were getting endorsed by like hip hop, like Ja Rule and Irv Gotti and Chris Lighty and stuff. And then they both end up taking L's. Jadon Codrington or whatever, he lost to like Alan Green or something. And he got knocked out badly. And then that was like the beginning of the end. And you never really even heard from him no more. You know what I'm saying? So you guys getting mad because you guys are man fans. I want to see the good fights, and I want to see the getting while the getting's good. That's an old school saying. The getting while the getting's good. That's what I want to see. And for each Dominique Brazil or Povetkin or whatever you throw at these dudes in between in the heavyweight division, especially, that's just another opportunity for somebody to possibly play spoiler and ruin it. And it doesn't always have to come in the form of someone else getting knocked out. What if Povetkin went to war with, what if Povetkin went to war with AJ and AJ, they traded knockdowns and then ultimately AJ got knocked out? That hurts the Wilder fight. Because if you went through like a super tough fight, you know what I'm saying? Then people could say a few things. They could say, let's say he fights Wilder in December. Like, oh, he took so much punishment in the Povetkin fight, even though he won, that he wasn't right in that quick of a turnaround and all this extra shit. So you just leave that. Or obviously if he loses, then that's clearly going to hurt the Joshua Wilder fight because he'll no longer be a champion. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like that. I don't like these implications. And the thing is for Eddie Hearn or whatever, that's crazy. Like, if you're a cash cow, ultimately skill is going to separate whoever has the skill in the will. You know what I mean? That's going to separate these guys at the elite level. Whoever just wants it more or whatever. But you would rather your cash cow lose to someone like Povetkin, who hasn't really had a relevant fight in X amount of time, but you rather him potentially lose to that puncher than Wilder, that puncher, who at least people will give him credit for fighting a contemporary monster who has a belt. So I just like the odds and not the odds, but the implications of Joshua Wilder more than I like Povetkin versus Joshua. Because at the end of the day, Povetkin stands more to gain by fighting Joshua than Joshua stands to gain by fighting Povetkin. That's a fact to me. What does Joshua really gain? You already beat Klitschko. We know you're good. You already unified with Joseph Parker, who had a belt. You know what I'm saying? So you already beat the guy who beat the guy. You beat Klitschko, who beat Povetkin and banged on him. You know what I'm saying? So what does it really prove for Joshua? Nothing. It's just like a unnecessary in-between mandatory fight, I guess. And I don't even know how that mandatory shit works, because who's Povetkin really even beat in the recent memory? He was suspended, I thought, for failing 2 drug tests in a year for 2 different drugs. So I don't even know how he climbed the ranks that fast. But whatever. You know what I'm saying? And just like Triple G. See, they don't like for me to say it, but I'm telling you how I feel. Triple G, you jumped on that Dominique Wade mandatory. Like, hey, no, guys, not for future. Wade right now. Like, you jumped on that Wade mandatory. But then when it came to Derevyanchenko, let's pump the brakes a little bit. When it comes to Danny Jacobs in a rematch, he's your mandatory. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. When it comes to Jamal Charlo, who's steadily calling you out, let's pump the brakes a little bit. But when it came to Wade, it was like, hey, no, guys, not for future now. Like, why was it not for future with Wade? No one heard of. We at least heard of Charlo. You know what I'm saying? So why is it not for, hey, no, guys, to Charlo? You know what I'm saying? Don't hey no guys it when it's Wade, but then you don't want to hey no guys it when it's Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Same thing with Joshua. Now you might travel to Russia for your mandatory, but Luis King Kong Ortiz certainly would come to the UK to fight you when he was your mandatory. So why didn't you hey no guys Luis Ortiz? You know what I'm saying? Stay hungry, stay humble, Luis Ortiz, when he was your mandatory. You let Wilder take care of that. Politics, man. Listen, I would have rather seen undefeated Luis Ortiz and undefeated Joshua over undefeated Joshua and once beaten Povetkin anytime. Because it's a weird style matchup. Because Povetkin, King Kong got power, but he can get on his toes, he can box, and he's southpaw. So I want to see how Joshua would have dealt with that. You get me? So it's like I'm noticing a pattern with a lot of fighters and stuff. Like I said, Golovkin, Wade, no problem, made hella easy. But then now your mandatory is Charlo, and it's like, oh, hey, Canelo, what's up with that rematch? Give me 50-50. Well, nah, okay, he won't give you 50-50. Go fight Charlo then. Hey, no, fight Charlo. But you want to say, hey, no, guys, when it's Dominique Wade. It's not for future when it's Wade, but it is for future when it's Charlo. You know what I mean? Same thing with Joshua. You down to fight your mandatory now. I mean, to Joshua's credit, he was down to fight his mandatory Kubrat, Pulev. Then he fought Carlos Takam, and he's down to fight Povetkin. So he's down to fight, but Luis Ortiz was still your mandatory. And I didn't see any interest. And at one point, he was signed to your same label, Matchroom. Listen, Joe, I'm gonna call you Sloppy Joe, because the questions you asking are sloppy. So Sloppy Joe A, do you actually think Charlo can beat Triple G? Simple question. Yes, I think it's in the realm of possibilities. Am I saying he absolutely beats him, Sloppy Joe? No, I'm not saying that, but it's definitely in the realm of possibility. All the people, Marcelino, Garza, you guys don't know shit about boxing. You are pure man fans. Stay in the lane of a man fan. If you think Charlo has no shot, you don't know shit about boxing. And you know how I know? Because this is not just my opinion. I've talked to trainers, professional trainers, professional fighters, and even if they say Triple G is gonna win, they still like the fight. But you motherfuckers in the comment section with no stripes, you haven't earned anything in this boxing game. You're just telling me, oh, there's no shot. Look, Charlo has no shot. All right, you're in the hot seat, Sloppy Joe. Okay, the comments that put you there, you said I have no clue about Triple G and Jamal Charlo has no shot. So good luck explaining your side. I'm countering your points. So why does Charlo have no shot, and how are you going to say I don't know about Triple G when I've been to more of his fights than you have? You're up. Sloppy Joe, he a man fan, and I'm going to expose the man fan. Hot seat, get beat. So what don't I know about Charlo that you? So tell me something I don't know about Charlo, or ask me a question. That's you see y'all say, oh, you just pick certain. Ask me a question about Triple G right now and see if I know the answer. So you said I don't know about Triple G. Ask me a question. And don't it can't be nothing stupid like, oh, who was his 7th fight in Germany when he had this other promoter? Don't say something that you don't even know the answer to. Come on, Sloppy Joe, you gotta do something, baby. And also your other part A or B. How come Charlo has no shot? Explain your side. TC, I'm gonna get him. TC, the crisis. There's gonna be another crisis up in this hot seat. He said these Triple G man fans don't get it. Us real boxing fans want to see the fights. Whoever wins, wins. Exactly. Bro, strike one. When was the first time you heard of Golovkin? I heard of him a long time ago. What does that have to do? I talked about him on my channel in like 2012, 2013. But what's the basic? What does that have to do with anything? A long time ago when? I remember the exact year. Just get to the point. What are you trying to say? What does this have to do? Oh, what's the exact date that you first heard about Golovkin? I have a video of Golovkin talking about him, people to watch, in 2012. And I think that was before he fought Proska. So what's your point? You don't know his history. Okay, then what don't I know? What you did? You're not stumping me. You're not even asking me nothing. You just asked me when, just like you don't know shit about Jaime Munguia. Bro, this is how you know they losing. Jaime Munguia done one good thing in boxing and has nothing to do with this. And you see how he's flip-flopping? Strike one and strike two. We're going to make this a quick one. Jaime Munguia didn't even have anything to do with anything. Yeah, you don't know shit about Triple G, just like Jaime Munguia. I already know you on some stupid Mexican style shit or something like, oh, because why? What does Jaime Munguia have to do with this? You know what I'm saying? It's clear you like a certain style of fighter, most likely. So you're trying to attempt to make it like I don't know who these guys are, because you think I don't like that style or some bullshit. Sloppy Joe, strike one and strike two. What don't I know about Triple G that you know? If you knew anything about him or saw him fight before, you would have been okay with him fighting Triple G. Okay, please stop talking about Jaime Munguia. It really we had nothing to do with, I mean, we weren't even talking about him. Get back to the subject. I got to reroute you. So you have strike one and two. What don't I know about Triple G? Shout out to Dale. He said you stalling. What don't I know about Triple G that you know? You still have yet to say that. You keep bringing up Jaime Munguia and Roseanne and all these deflection tactics. Exactly. What don't I know? You're supposed to be asking me a question that's going to stump me. Hey, block Marcelino Garza. Block him. Shooters. Triple G a true champ. I asked you already. You stuttered. All you said was Triple G is a true champ. Well, that about wraps it up. I'm gonna give you a bonus round. One more time. What do you know about Triple G? Ask me a question about Triple G's history that I don't know that you know. That's a reasonable question. Not like, oh, how many times did he piss before he fought against Kasauma or something stupid. Ask me a real question that you know the answer to. Bonus round. You already got 3 strikes, bro. This is what they do. Oh, you don't know shit about boxing. Okay, school me. School me up. I'm ready. What's your question? He probably trying to Google questions right now. We not waiting all day because you're going to try to Google something that you don't even know the answer to. That's what you're doing. I could already tell because it wouldn't take this long. See, he's cheating. He's trying to Google, try to find some cryptic ass thing that he really didn't know the answer to. That's why, listen, put him on a 10-second timer. If he ain't responding in 10 seconds, he's Googling. When did you realize Golovkin is a threat in the middleweight division and nobody's on his level? Get him the fuck out of here. Get shooters. Just clap him. Joe A, Sloppy Joe, you lived up to the name. You sloppy. Get him out of here. When did you realize that no one's on Triple G's level? You're not even asking questions. Bye. Poof, be gone. You're the weakest link. Goodbye. This shit is unreal. You motherfuckers think I'm gonna argue all day with this dumb shit? You don't know about Triple G's history. I know Triple G here. This is like drunk motherfuckers that think they know boxing and shit. You don't know Triple G's, but wait, there's more. Like, okay, I'm like, give me a trivia. Ask me a question about Triple G that you know that's like non-common knowledge. And he kept saying stupid shit. When did you first hear about Triple? What does that got to do with it? Ask me a question. I'm ready. Let's do this decathlon. But once again, they get clapped up in the hot seat. Thank y'all for tuning in. Smash the like button. This shit easy work. This some easy ass work. Yeah, I drink soda. I eat Taco Bell. I stay up late. And these young boys still can't beat me. Look at Sloppy Joe looking like Avatar. Why he got the money green? I'm Money Ego. Looking like a leprechaun. Look at Joey, hella technical. Taco Bell is nasty. I prefer Del Taco. That's what Floyd said. I don't give a fuck about no Taco Bell. Y'all too literal. Taco Bell is disgusting. At least try Chipotle. Sloppy Joe with some easy ass work. Someone said Joe a hoe. Y'all crazy. Joe was like, I know what kind of underwear Triple G wears. See, but this, like, just so you guys know, these are the motherfuckers thumbing down the video and saying, "Oh man, you're biased. You're biased." This is why I created a hot seat, so you guys get to see. So you guys get to see. This is the representation and the level of boxing knowledge that some of these dudes have. And conveniently, they're the ones that, oh, you hate Lomachenko. You hate Triple G. You feel so threatened by a white fighter. Why would I feel threatened? I don't have to fight him. What's there for me to be threatened at? Hey, Art Martinez, sit back and enjoy the ride. Get some popcorn, brush your teeth. I got this. You talk about whatever on your channel. Yeah, Jason Voorhees, I hear. The black channels, they're glad that Lomachenko is hurt. They like the fact that Loma got hurt against the bigger man. Like, what are you talking about? Why do the black channels? That's how you know when the real racist, because they blame everything on the black channel. Like, you know, they act like, how can you just quantify that? Only black people hate on Triple G. Like, so out of all people, it's only black people who have something to say about Triple G. That's how you know when a motherfucker's racist. Only the blacks don't like Triple G. What? The black channels, they simply hate Triple G. The whites like the Vanes fight, but blacks hate the fact that he fought Vanes. Like, what are you talking about, bro? I've already answered this several times. You guys gotta hit the sub button, watch the videos. Octavia72, I'm gonna answer it again. And I went in depth on this. What are your thoughts on Triple G wanting 50%? I don't have a problem with him wanting 50%, asking for more money. He feels he's a champion, he feels he's worth more. But he's already been met with rejection. Now the fight is being held up. So I want whatever Conor McGregor got versus Floyd. I could do a lot with that money. So there's a difference between reality and wanting. There's a lot of things that I want, but I'm not in the position to have at the moment, right? So the bottom line is, I don't care if Triple G feels he's worth more. I don't have a problem with his team reaching out and trying to negotiate that. But De La Hoya and Golden Boy, like they've been doing to Triple G's team for the last year and a half, 2 years, are controlling and, like, kind of, in my opinion, punking Triple G's side, telling them who they can fight outside of Canelo, and don't fight this guy, otherwise you ain't getting Canelo. Take the same deal, otherwise you ain't getting Canelo. Sit back and wait while Canelo fails a drug test to determine the outcome. It's just like Triple G's constantly not in a position of power, right? So I have no problem with him asking for 50-50, but the reality is he's not going to get 50-50. I would be shocked if Golden Boy says, hey, our cash cow, let alone our last remaining cash cow who's on that echelon of the game, we're going to split the revenue with you 50-50. Hell no. Triple G is clearly the B-side. Clearly. Listen, I know this hurts. I'm going to try to explain this yet again. Everybody I ask who say, yeah, 50-50, that sounds great. Sounds fair to me. Fair and business seldom are in the same sentence. What happens in business is not always fair, right? So I have no problem if you think that is fair, if you think Triple G deserves 50-50. But the reality of it is we live in a day and age in boxing where the A side reigns supreme and Canelo is clearly the established A side. People keep, like, the only people that I'm hearing say this 50-50, they're failing to understand how business operates from a business model, which is the climate that boxing is in. They fail to understand this. The people who are saying 50-50 are basing this on the fairness meter. It is not about being what's fair. It's about being what's reality in these situations. People keep saying, oh yeah, Canelo failed 2 drug tests, and Canelo, the fight got canceled, he lost money. So yeah, you're damn right, Triple G deserves 50-50. No, it doesn't work like, shout out to Dale McCree, $5 money game. It doesn't work like that, because the only way it will work like that is if Triple G did something to bolster or boost his star power to the point where it was even with Canelo or it surpassed Canelo. That's how this A-side shit works. It doesn't matter that Canelo, I'm not saying it doesn't matter like for fans, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of the A-side. Canelo will still be able to outsell most middleweights, if not all middleweights, not fighting him. That's the reality of the situation. People like it, you just got to understand business, I guess. People keep saying, oh, but Triple G has the belts, so that's fair. He had the belts in the first fight, and he still got a similar deal. He knew he had all the belts because he had a draw after the first fight, and he still had his team negotiate 65-35. So whose problem is it? It's his team's problem. Why did they take 65-35? That's all I need to know. In the May 5th fight, why did they take it? Why did they take that knowing he was the champion, undefeated, and arguably beat Canelo in the first fight? Why did they negotiate 65-35? So you should, instead of being mad at business people for doing the business thing, and I know it gets cumbersome and bothering, but that's just the reality of it. Why did Tom Loeffler accept that deal for his fighter? Why didn't he say, man, we beat you in the first fight, fuck that. We at least need 42%. We need 48%. Why? So that's what you kind of stuck with. You put yourself, you put your team in that conundrum. And see, nobody wanted to listen to me. Dale McCree, another $5 super chat, Shmoney Gang. To prove he is the B-side, just tell me one fight he can get more money than Canelo. No, hold on. One fight he can fight and get Canelo money. He can't. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of good fights for him, but he's not going to get no Canelo money. And he's not going to get more money with the Jacobs rematch, Charlo, Derevyanchenko, Boo Andrade. Canelo's the biggest fight out there for him. And once again, Triple G's side didn't play the game. They were playing checkers more than chess, in my opinion, because they didn't put themselves in the best possible situations in positions of power. You gotta at least give yourself the best fighting chance. So the people that I've seen that say, yeah, 50-50 is fair. Although it may be fair, it's not the reality, because Canelo still has a fan base. Because he can use his story, whether you think it's bullshit or not, he can use his meat story and he's still going to be able to sell. Now, if he strikes out again and fails another drug test, then that's going to be damaging. But the fact that he's never had any run-ins, I'm not justifying it. I'm just telling you the reality. He's still going to be able to sell. He's not a habitual known cheat. You know what I'm saying? You can speculate, oh, his body got buff and all that, but he's not a known habitual cheat. You feel me? So he's still gonna have the ability to sell, and he already has the past stats that show he can sell. So even though Golovkin went through whatever he went through, right? Golovkin went through all this, fight got canceled, all that, he's still the B-side. And as long as he's the B-side, and or not like a B+ side because he fought a high risk fight or gained a lot more fanfare or whatever, then he's at Canelo's mercy in that regard, especially when his team agreed to that terms. They should have never agreed to it. They should have never agreed to 65-35 if after the first fight they felt they were worth more. That's not how it typically works. You know, see, listen, listen, y'all gonna get mad. If you want me to make them mad, could I get a hell yeah in the comment section? If y'all want me to drop this point, listen. I need a hell yeah. Okay, a couple more hell yes and it's on. Dean Sweet putting stupid shit. All right, check it. One reason I know what I'm saying to be valid and true, and if there's anybody that has a hot seat, step up. Tell me I'm lying, and we'll go fact for fact, line for line, bar for bar. One reason I know what I'm saying is accurate is because Canelo did what most people feel is a coward move, and he vacated his belt when Golovkin was pressuring him to fight in 2016. Does everybody remember that fateful September when Canelo gave his WBC belt to Canelo? And it made him look so bad that he started funking and beefing with the WBC. Am I right, or does anyone remember that? Does anybody remember when Canelo gave up his belt and everybody was criticizing him? After the Cotto fight, yes. Okay, so you guys are with me so far. And guess what? That same month, he filled up an arena, the Alamo Dome or whatever, in Texas with 51,000 people. The same fucking month. The same exact month that he vacated and did, which is boxing taboo. He filled out an arena in Texas full of fans to fight a guy who's not even known in America because he's from the UK. No, it wasn't Kirkland, it was Liam Smith. See, I know my shit. No, he fought Liam Smith, not Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith is the other dude about to fight, the brother is about to fight, what's his name? George Groves. So once again, he fought an unknown, non-established American fighter, or a non-established non-American fighter, right? And he had 51,000 people show up. Now you could say Golden Boy gave away some tickets or comped some tickets, but trust me, they didn't comp 48,000 tickets. You know what I'm saying? So the same month he did that. So if you really believe that Canelo with this meat test or whatever is gonna just, off of this one test, his star power is gone, then you're foolish, because he fought a lousy fight, like in terms of nobody was really wanting to see him fight Liam Smith, in the same month that he vacated his belt, and he still had 30-something thousand pay-per-view buys for that level of fight, and he had 51,000 people in attendance. He had like 325K in terms of viewership, right? That's crazy. So that's how I know he's the A side. So all that shit y'all saying about what's fair and stuff, that's not the reality of it. Golovkin don't have no independent of Canelo stats that can even touch Canelo's stats. Therefore, Canelo will be the A side. And the thing is, this is gonna make y'all mad, but Deontay Wilder, you know what I mean? A lot of people think people from the South are dumb, right? But Deontay Wilder clearly is not dumb, because his mega fight, listen, what did Deontay Wilder, what was the split that he asked for publicly on ESPN for fighting Joshua? The very first demand from anybody, tell me the split. When he first said he wanted to fight Joshua, how much did he ask for? What type of split? No, the first, it wasn't 60-40 at first. He initially had a different split. Shout out to Joey. Joey got it right. 50-50. Just like Joseph Parker's team, when they were about to fight AJ, he asked for 50-50. So I said that to say this. Wilder, being smart, he's not getting 50-50. I can't see him getting 50-50 versus Joshua. But he started out high. That's what you do in business. You start out high, take your little concessions and concede a little bit in certain areas, and then you're, by the end, you've worked down to something you were really content with to begin with, right? Exactly. King Corleone, he said 50-50 for wiggle room. You give yourself that cushion. Ask for something outrageous, so by the time you get back down, because they're not going to give you that. Like if let's say I start like Home Goods wants to hire me. I want $25 an hour. They don't have a budget where they're going to get a store like that. They're not going to give me to be a cashier that type of money. But since I started out so high, they know that with my work experience, I want a certain amount. So then maybe they work down to $14, $15, which is what I was content with anyway, supposedly, in this example. Yeah, they do it on those pawn reality shows anyway. Everybody's looking for a deal. So the point is, Wilder was smart bidding high, knowing he's not going to get 50-50, because now you work down from there. But for whatever reason, I don't know where they started at, but all I know is Tom Loeffler and Triple G side ended up at 35. And now what they're trying to do is go back up. It's so much easier to bid high, to start high and then go down than it is to lock in at a lower rate and then jump back up. You like, okay, here's an example. Y'all want these analogies? If y'all want that work, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? Listen. Explain that, please. Explain what? What are y'all talking about? Okay. My point is this. If you start out high, this is the art of haggling. Have you, like, I went to Mexico, for example, and they were selling t-shirts. He was like, camisetas, right? Selling t-shirts. The t-shirt was like a basic t-shirt with like a little, you know what I mean, iron on or whatever design. He said it was $30. I'm not paying, that's like Macy's prices. Why would I buy a t-shirt from a flea market for $30? But he's smart because now he has room to haggle. Like, he knows I'm gonna haggle or the customer's gonna haggle. So since he started the bid high, then he can work his way down and ultimately see how much he could get out of the equation. Like, if I'm like, I ain't paying 30, and then he says 20, then I'm like, oh, 20's not bad. So now I feel like I got a deal because I got him to cut the price $10, even though he probably would have sold the shirt to $5 depending on who's haggling with them. You get what I'm saying? That's how flea markets work. So he's gonna say some ridiculous price, and then you haggle with them, and you're like, no, I'm cool. I don't want it that bad. Okay, 12. You're like, okay, 12 don't sound bad. So now you worked them from 30 to 12, cool. But what I'm saying is, it's hard to have your starting point at 12 and then work your way back up. That's stupid. Picture if y'all went to buy a car. Somebody name a make and model of a car. Somebody say a make and model for this example. This is an interactive example. A make and model. Nissan, what we doing? We doing the Infinity. Okay, Ford Focus. Say I'm at a car dealership. The guy offers me a Ford Focus, and then we work the price down where he says, I'll give you this car for $11,900. There's no way he's gonna be able to add back to the price to get it back to closer to what we the listed price on the car. He can't. Once we work down to $11,900, there's no way he's gonna be able to add and tax things on to get it up to the $17,000 that's painted on the car. That's not how negotiations, haggling, and stuff like that work. Because if we talked it down to $11,900, why the fuck would I go back up and then allow him to tack on another $4,000 to $6,000 to get it to the point where it had the price that's painted on the car for $17,000? That would be dumb. Now they're gonna try to offer you gap insurance, some little shit like that. That might be a couple hundred. But if we get it down to $11,900, I'm not going back up to the painted price on there that says $17,500. That's stupid, right? And that's the conundrum that Team Triple G is in. They allowed, for whatever reason, the rematch negotiations to get down to 35%, and now they're trying to go back up the scale. They're trying to go back up the ladder, and ultimately they haven't established a side value and or really done much from then to now to the point where it would even be considered. Shout out to Justin Kudo, $5 super chat. He says start out high, so when they lowball you, the lowball price is what you expected or what you're willing to take anyways. Win-win situation. Now, thank you. There's people in here that get the art of haggling and the art of negotiating. Right? That's it. That's it. That's what you do. I do it at the flea markets all the time. But if you go to a flea market and he said the t-shirt was $10 and that's really what he needs because the cost to make the t-shirt is $8, $9, then he doesn't have no wiggle room because he said the shirt was too low. But if he said it was at $30, an outrageous price, which I'm like, I'm not paying $30 for you know what I mean, a homemade looking t-shirt. But once we haggle, then we'll meet in the middle. I'll get the t-shirt for $15, and now it looks like I got $15 off the shirt, which makes it sound better for the consumer. If you tell your brain like, hey, he was gonna try to charge me $30, but I got it for $12 or $15, now you feel like you came up and got a little bit of a bargain, etc. So, like I said, you guys can say whatever you want. Canelo did fail 2 drug tests. Nobody's excusing that. But for Triple G's side to now, after they already locked in for the rematch, to try, and they have no A-side value, to now try to work up from 35 back to 50, like Martin said in Bad Boys, good luck. I don't really see that being the case. Maybe you can get up to like 40% if Golden Boy feels like showing mercy, but it's gonna be hard. That's why you have to negotiate what the fuck you're worth from the jump. I tried telling y'all. You see, and it's fans that don't get it because they be like, oh, Wilder should take the 12.5 million flat with no pay-per-view for something that has a chance to be a colossal fight. And who on my channel, whose channel told you that would be foolish? And y'all was like, oh, y'all listen to that Eddie Hearn bullshit where he said, oh, but it's 3 times with our numbers, and I like my numbers. It's 3 to 4 times more than he's ever got. Fuck that. It could be 3 times or 4 times more than what he got, but what you getting? What you getting out the equation? How much you getting? You get all that back end money, and I'm stuck here at 12? Hell no. So that's what it is when it comes to Triple G. Jason says, my wife say I haggle too much, but I get it for the low. Free game from Ego, soak it up. I'm trying to tell these boys, man. That's how the game, that's how business is. But if you sell yourself short and don't claim your stake and like get something low to begin with, then you don't have much of a cushion. You don't have much room to wiggle. And that's just the reality of the situation. And that is harder to climb back. It's easier to knock down than it is to go back up. Like if I go with a chick I'm dating and she's buying a Michael Kors purse and they tell her the purse is $200, and then then the price tag says 200, but then we get to the register and they say, oh, it's 250. She gonna be like, nah, it say 200 on there. Why would I pay an extra $50? This is just simple business. I don't even understand what's so hard. And once again, the only people I hear that are disagreeing with what I'm saying feel sorry for Golovkin, or they're basing it off of what they feel is right. Oh yeah, look, in a perfect world, a champion should get more, or should get, but we don't live in a perfect world. Boxing is not a perfect world. I've seen situations where the champion didn't, like Pacquiao. I thought Pacquiao beat Jeff Horn. And a lot of people say, oh, you got to do more to beat the champ. That was a really close fight. Why'd they take Pacquiao's belt? Was that fair? You know what I mean? I thought you had to do more to beat the champion. They did about the same, if anything. You know what I'm saying? And Pacquiao still lost his title, and now he's fighting Crawford for the title. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury, first person to beat Klitschko in a decade, basically. He didn't even get a chance to defend the IBF, and they stripped him of it. Is that fair? No, it's not fair. But this is reality. You know what I mean? Rigondeaux taking a gamble because he couldn't get motherfuckers at 122 or 126, moving up 2 divisions and fighting somebody who had equal training, like amateur training, 2 gold medals like him, and then losing. And then the WBA or O say, hey, if you lose to Lomachenko, we taking your belt down here too. Is that fair? So don't tell me about what's fair, because boxing in general is not fair. You know what I mean? Mr. J killing y'all. Ego, when Wilder declined the 12.5 million, UK fans went crazy. AJ's ducking 50 million plus and he gets a pass for it. Hearn does all this double talking, but people forget AJ persona has changed when it comes to Will. Hey, y'all, Eagles Army is on fire, man. That's a good point. Everybody was like, oh, Wilder's a fool if he doesn't take his highest purse. So what is Joshua for not taking even more than that? Somebody do the math. What's 50 divided by 12? What's 50 divided by 12? Somebody do the math. A little bit more than 4. So if Wilder was foolish for not taking 12.5, right? Then AJ got offered 4.5, roughly 4.5 times more than what they offered Wilder. So he's not foolish for taking it. Crazy. I didn't see what Tyson Fury's promoter said about AJ. ZP Goldman, I see you. ZP Goldman, $5 super chat, thank you. Hi, Ego. Love your take on which of the new guys, Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Mick Connellan, Ryan Garcia, will fight each other first and or face their first big name first. I don't really know on that one, because the thing I like about these new cats is they're not all about these friendships. All of them are going, like Devin Haney's beefing, I guess you can call it beef, going back and forth with Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez have their little issue. Ryan Garcia and Tank, actually Tank versus everybody. Tank going ham on a lot of people. Tank and Ryan Garcia had issue. Tank, I think, and Devin Haney maybe. Tank and Jose Vargas just happened yesterday, like where they're going at it. So Ryan Garcia's calling out Tank, saying he don't care how young he is, he want that fight. Ryan Garcia fought Devin in the amateurs 5 times. So it's really anybody's game. Anybody could take those fights. Anybody, I don't know who's going to be the first fight, but I do like the fact that they're all willing to, at least publicly, showing that they're willing to fight. Damn. Pusha T got Drake out here like this. Damn. Pusha T got him out here like this. Shit. Hey, I'm about to get off here and watch that Pusha T. And then watch the Pusha T disc. I don't want to play it because YouTube be trying to take credit and then monetize where they get paid off my video. Yeah, Pusha T, if it's as hard as y'all was making it sound, Pusha T might have been baiting Drake. Just came with something like a warning shot, light, hoping he would bite, and then he bite, and then come out with that real shit. How is he a cornball for doing blackface? Anyway, it's a body bag, bro. Pusha got really disrespectful. Oh shit. Pusha got bars though. I don't know, because Drake didn't say shit to Joe Budden. Joe Budden's clapped, making a murderer and them other ones. Joe Budden, he low key got Drake, but people forgot about that. And Joe Budden, Drake never really even said nothing. Drake was talking about like pump it up or some shit. Hey, block Tonina Jackson. You a jackass. Get your ass out of here. Somebody block Tonina Jackson. Talking that shit. But yeah, Triple G, it's what is he gonna do? Canelo's threatening to move on from you. That's the biggest fight you can make at age 36. The other fights are less money, but equal in danger, if not greater. I think Charlo is definitely a danger. Jacobs proved that he's a danger because I thought he won the first fight. Derevyanchenko looks serious and he wants it. Andre's a danger to anybody. Business Brains, $5 super chat. Ego, my guy, I told you last month that you should do a Duck season starring AJ, Thurman, and Triple G. Hashtag Duck Soup. Man, it's bad, man. Like, if I think the game's just getting to the point where you have to be as transparent as possible. Like, I really give credit to Keith Thurman, even though it doesn't make me happy how he's playing his card in his career right now. As a boxing fan and as a fan of him, it doesn't make me happy. But the one thing I do give him credit for is he let you know what it was. There was no doubt about it, and he let you know, like, you could see his moves coming a mile away. Like, when I read that he vacated his belt, I wasn't even really surprised because all of his actions up to that point led to some shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Dr. Mofongo says, Ego, it is worth noting Canelo won't do as much on pay-per-view with Saunders or O'Sullivan. You need that dance partner. I think Saunders could do well because Saunders has Tyson Fury, that's his friend, so he's gonna have him backing him, and you're dealing with two demographic. I don't want to see no Gary Spike O'Sullivan, and that definitely shouldn't be on pay-per-view. So I agree with you there. But I think the Saunders could do well, especially Saunders looked good versus David Lemieux. He's about to fight Martin Murray, so if he looks good there, I think Canelo, like, especially if they played it like a real business and Canelo went over to the UK. Canelo looks like he was born in the UK the way he looked. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if they fought in the UK, I think he'll make more money and it'll be bigger. Michael Osborne says, I can't wait to see DBN and Ego's video after Triple B beats Charlo. Hey, you a man fan. Just face it. You a man fan. I don't see, that's how I know these dudes are man fans. If Triple G beats Charlo and that's how it's written, then he beat Charlo. I'm a boxing fan. I just want to see it. I want to see Triple G do whatever you think he's going to do and do it. Or if Charlo's victorious, I want to see it. But see, people like you rather just talk about it in the comment section. You won't go to Tom Loeffler's page every day and put, hey, make that Charlo fight. That's your mandatory. Fight your mandatory fight. You're not going to do that. But if Broner posts some shit where he says something dumb, you'll be on his page talking about how he's stupid and how he's a cherry picker every day, right? You'll put chickens or some bullshit on his page. But, or if Canelo fails a drug test or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be on their page, but you're not going to go on Loeffler's page and Triple G's page talking about fight Charlo. So just stay in your lane, know your role, and just be a man fan. That's what you are. Because if you really think that my business is affected by Charlo winning or losing versus Triple G, then you're sadly mistaken. This is boxing. Losses, somebody got to lose, unless it's Adelaide Bird's scorecard. So I don't care. It doesn't. What does that do to me? I'm enjoying life, helping my family. It don't have nothing to do with my business. I just pick who I think is gonna win. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But again, it's people like you who are so captivated and connected to one fighter. I have more relationship with these fighters than some of y'all, and y'all act like y'all know them. Triple G can't do his Mexican style against Charlo. Man, hell no. He don't do his Mexican style against nobody elite. David Lemieux, I don't even know if he's elite. He's a hard puncher. He didn't do the Mexican style in that fight. Jacobs, Canelo. So I think Wilder should fight his mandatory. If Joshua announces that he is actually fighting Povetkin, that's his mandatory, then Wilder should do the same route. Whoever's his WBC mandatory, fight him. And then hope to get Joshua if he wins at the end of the year. There ain't no Mexican style, because Mexicans don't all fight a certain way. I've seen technical, tactical Mexican fighters. I've seen some that have no defense and completely brawl. I've seen a mix between the two. You know what I'm saying? You got like Juan Manuel Marquez, Mikey Garcia, Canelo. They don't fight with like no common sense and just like brawl their way in. You know what I mean? They're thinking in there, so there ain't no Mexican style. You know what I mean? Chavez Jr. kind of mixed it up. He had offense, but he did little subtle things here and there. Yeah, so that's stupid. Finito Lopez, he fights different, so you know, Mexican style. That's a gimmick that Triple G's team used to try to get people on their side. Period. And that gimmick is running its course. Because you gotta be what you like. Okay. Here's an example. Floyd Mayweather, he calls himself TBE, Money Mayweather. And he continues to do that. Now, as far as the money, we know he's caked out. We know he's making money. So he's living up to that aspect of it. He's doing the, I done the livest gates. These young boys came. So he's living up to the money. TBE, it's debatable, but he's putting on performances, beating everyone. This guy, people bigger than him, smaller than him, faster than him, younger than him. He keeps doing it. So he's staying more true to his moniker than Triple G is, because Triple G keeps saying, hey, this is what Mexican style is. They've defined what they say it is, and you're not fighting that way when you fight certain people. Period. So you're not true Mexican style and all that, because you should have Mexican style with David Lemieux, and you work behind the jab, which is smart, but it's not what you advertised. Joe Merlino from Australia, $5 super chat. Shmoney gang, thank you. Ego, if you had to pick the middleweight king, who you got? Listen, I think the middleweight king is just like the light heavyweight. I'll respect Triple G as the middleweight king until otherwise proven. But the thing is, that can change at any moment depending on who he fights, because there's a lot of tough fights out there for him. So he could be, I would say Triple G right now is the middleweight king because of he has the most belts and he's still undefeated. He's not getting knocked down and beat the fuck up or nothing. You know what I'm saying? but that doesn't mean he beats absolutely everybody. That's why they got to fight each other so we can see it. Just like light heavyweight, Kovalev's done the most. Ward retired, so Kovalev done the most. But does that mean Kovalev will beat Adonis Stevenson, will beat Artur Beterbiev, will beat Vodstick, will beat Eliter Alvarez, will beat who else is at light heavy? I know I'm missing something. Badu Jack. No, it doesn't mean that he could beat all those people. We have to wait and see. They got to fight. But until otherwise proven, Kovalev's the man and Triple G's the man in those respective divisions. Business Brain, $5 Shmoney Gang. Shmoney Gang. Triple G only wants 50-50 because it's his last big bag for retiring. Ain't no guy's business, man. That's the worst part about it. Is Triple G's team came in the game stating certain things, and they haven't really stayed true to that. They said they'll fight anyone from 54 to 68. To this day, they haven't fought no one at 54 or 68. You were willing to fight Carl Froch, Chavez Jr., but Chavez Jr., he's like, you know what I mean? He's not the best. He never was the best at 68. You know what I mean? But another able-bodied Mexican fighter, Zurdo Ramirez, Gilberto Ramirez, has called you out several times. Where's the interest in that? Where's the interest in the Andre Ward fight? Where's the interest in when Badu Jack was there and Floyd said, hey, he could fight my fighter, Badu Jack? Because Badu Jack just moved up to 75. He got hurt, but he never went down. He hasn't been stopped, so that could have been a good fight at 68. I think Badu Jack has some pretty good wins at 68, even if they didn't give them to him. Zordo is big, man. I've seen him a couple of times. He's legit 6'2", 6'2 and a half. Like, so you know how some people I look at their box record and say they're tall and they're really not. Zordo he's really tall. I'm taller than him, but that's just because I'm really tall. But he's tall. So that alone, when have we ever seen Golovkin fight someone with power and that kind of like puncher, combination puncher? He doesn't have like a great defense, but he has heart. When have we seen someone like Triple G fight someone like that? Mayweather's done it. Mayweather's fought guys that outweighed him by 15, 20 pounds, bigger than him, taller than him, more mass than him. When have we seen Triple G fight somebody who had momentum that was considerably bigger than him? The only thing I can think of is Daniel Jacobs, and that's a fight he arguably lost. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you make that make sense. The only person I could think of that kind of met that criteria is the fight that he arguably lost. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and Jr. said he lost. Canelo said he lost. Wilder said he lost. Joey Spencer said he lost. I said he lost. Peter Quillen said he lost. There's a ton of people that said that thought Jacobs won. But see, this is what they do. They try to use me as a scapegoat. Oh, Ego, you're crazy. But see, I'm telling you, old media is so used to their old tricks that they think they can still get away with it. But you can't get away with it. Rudy said he lost. You can't get away with those same tricks. Nobody believes you. You can't just say, oh, you're crazy if you think Jacobs won. Nobody believes you because you can't just blame it on ego. There's a ton of people that had it going either way. So that don't make me crazy because I just named professional fighters that also seen it my way. And I've been doing this too long. I can always tell who knows boxing and who don't, because they always say the same shit. Oh, the knockdown sealed the deal. That's all you talking about is a knockdown. A knockdown is one round. As long as you ain't get beat the fuck up for the remainder of the fight and or knocked down consecutive times, that you can recover from one knockdown. Hell, look at Juan Manuel Marquez. He got knocked down 3 times in the first round in the first Pacquiao fight. Still came back and fought to a draw. Lamont Peterson fought Victor Ortiz to a draw, and he got dropped. I don't remember how many times total, but I believe it was more than once. You know what I'm saying? So you can't base a whole 36-minute, 12-round fight on the incident that occurred in 15 seconds of it, unless it was something like super significant. Jacobs got dropped, got back up, and he looked pretty fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Ward and Kovalev. Yeah, he got dropped in the second round. Tough titty. Got back up, man style, got back to work. So that doesn't, a round doesn't define you, especially one moment in a round. That don't define you. Look at Mayweather. He clearly lost round 2. He got hurt twice in that round. You could say it was a 10-8 round. But what did he do the rest of the fight? Some of y'all don't know shit about boxing, man. All you do is just talk about, oh, the knockdown sealed the deal. Andre Dirrell had a knockdown. He got knocked down twice by James DeGale. Good fight. Fought to a draw, if I'm not mistaken. Knockdown don't mean shit unless, like I said, unless you get too many of them. I like that Efe dude. He knocked that Nigerian. I think he's Nigerian. He knocked that dude smooth out. I don't know his opponent, but the way he knocked him out, pretty vicious. Mayweather definitely has a chin. Yo, I'm about to take a break from the streaming game. I just want to get on here and talk to you. But yeah, man, a lot of what was stated in what we called over here on this side, the real side, the west side, got y'all boys looking crazy. They looking crazy because it looks like Joshua, there's a high probability that unless they pull a rabbit out of the hat, that he's gonna fight Povetkin as opposed to Wilder. And like I said, how am I able to predict this stuff? And when I'm in the middle of predicting it, I always get criticized. Oh, you hate this fighter, you did. But then where are those same people when it turns out to be accurate? That's all I want to know. If I'm the bad guy and the guy who hates Brits or AJ or whatever you guys say when I'm saying it, when it's proven to be accurate, where are those same people? They did the same thing when I predicted Mayweather versus Pacquiao. I said Mayweather, I have him winning a decision over Pacquiao. Video is still up. I broke down the fight. It was a 30-minute breakdown before the fight, of the fight. Oh, you're fucking racist. You just hate Pacquiao. What I said came true. So, do I get an apology? Do they come back and say, hey, you were right? No, they just disappear. Typical man fan shit. They never want to admit when they're wrong. Joshua, it looks like he's gonna fight Povetkin. Is that the fight we really wanted? Why is Quentin Miller dissing Drake? I seen him saying he's gonna open up and explain what happened, but I didn't know he was gonna diss Drake. Why is he dissing him? The black channels, they made Lomachenko trip and hurt his shoulder. But yeah, like I said, Joshua Povetkin is not a bad fight, but it's not the fight we need. It's not the fight we want. Period. So it's like Eddie Hearn. This is what Wilder was talking about. He said, "Nah, I ain't signing to DAZN." Because, and he said, I think Eddie Hearn's going to struggle to find American fighters because they see how this whole thing is played out. David Sandoval said, who's ducking who? You answer that. You tell me. You tell me who's ducking who. Y'all always want the answer from me. You can see who's ducking who. But we got to wait. We'll wait till they make it all official first, and then we could come out with that. Because, like I said, I'm fair. Even though I think I know what's going to happen, like I predicted what I thought was going to happen. Let's wait for it to happen, and then we can revisit that. But who do you think? Who do you think is ducking who? What is the pattern? Who looks like they want to fight more? How you ask a guy for 50 mil, and they scrounge it up, come up with it, and then you make something else up? That don't even make sense. If I go to a furniture store and I'm like, how much is this couch? $1,500. 1,500? They're like, yeah. Write down a quote or an estimate. Give me the sheet. And I said, oh, okay, I'm gonna think about it. Let me see if I can come up with the money. Come back, come up with the money. It's non-counterfeit. And then they're like, oh, it's 1,500, but we can't sell it to. What are you talking about? You said 1,500. I have an estimate. You know what I mean? But like I said, look who's bouncing all over the fucking place. The very first thing they said when Wilder dropped the counter offer on Instagram, oh, it's on Instagram, it's bullshit. He probably didn't even send an email. Excuse number one. Then Eddie Hearn and Barry Hearn or whatever and AJ confirms the email. So that excuse is null and void. Then they say, oh, the 50 million is probably not even real. To this day, I haven't heard one thing from Eddie Hearn showing receipts where he's suggested and actually showed proof that the 50 million would not be available. So that's another excuse that has not been debunked from Team Joshua's side. Then Joshua says 50 mil, I'll fight tomorrow. Tomorrow was like a month ago when they offered you this, and now there's extra details that you want. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want it in the UK now. You didn't say that. You said 50 mil, I'll fight him tomorrow. So whatever. It is what it is. But it's just disappointing for the fans. And like I said, I hope. I'm holding out. I'm not gonna just abandon all hope. So mark this spot in the video. I hope that this is all like, maybe they're throwing like smoke signals that they're gonna fight Povetkin, and then they drop the bomb that they're really fighting Wilder. I hope that's the case. But if it's not, it's gonna look extremely bad on Team Joshua's side. Straight up. So I'm hoping they do the right thing, what's right for boxing. Don't try to prolong this. Don't try to starve us out. And everyone understands the games, knows everyone's playing their position, just like the Warriors team. Everyone's playing their position. So if Wilder tries to somehow blame this on Wilder, if Eddie Hearn tries to somehow blame this on Wilder, no one's falling for that. Oh, Wilder has 2 weeks. He has to fight in the UK. Offer him 50 million in the UK, like they did to you. I guarantee you he'll take that. 50 million, 50% of the back end, he'll take that. You know what I mean? He's not gonna. He said he'll fight in the UK. He already made that a thing, but it has to be for some real money, not 12.5 million. And see, I'm telling you, man, this is how these man fans be fucking up, because they lock in, just like Tom Loeffler and Triple G. They lock into that 35%, and then now you're stuck with that talking point. You're stuck with that standpoint of thinking. You get what I'm saying? That's the worst thing you could do when it's a shaky talking point to begin with. You guys get what I'm saying? Why are you worried about a man's armpits? What are y'all even talking about? I don't even know what y'all talking about. But that's the worst thing you could do, is be stuck and attached to a flimsy talking point. Because now you stuck and you got to ride that out. You know what I mean? So let's say they fight in December, and then Wilder gets a guarantee of 29 million. Now all the people who back in these times said he should take 12.5 million flat, and he gets 29 million plus a percentage of the pay-per-view, 40% of the pay-per-view, then you're gonna look like complete and utter idiots, because let him have took your side of the coin, or your logic. You told him he should have topped out at 12.5 million flat. You get what I'm saying? So you're gonna look dumb as fuck. But these man fans, they don't think that far ahead. They don't think that far ahead to even think about stuff like that. But what does Wilder look like taking 12.5 million flat when they do fight, which I do think they'll fight at some point, hopefully, he's gonna get a better deal. But you told him to lowball himself and get a deal that, you know what I mean, that wasn't worth it. And then now when he's getting 20-something mil plus a percentage split, now all of a sudden, what happened to the people that said he was going to lock in at 12.5 and he should just take it? Crazy. I'm out. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe. Oh, we working, people. The kingdom is growing. Ego's army is growing. We just had Memorial Day. Yeah, the black channels. The black channel. But yeah, I'm telling y'all how to, like, I'm dropping gems telling y'all how to win at this game of boxing. And I'm not fully where I need to be. Like, I mean, I'm still growing and stuff like that. But trust me, we winning. If you know what that means, we get to where we get. We have relationships with people. You know what I mean? The channel's steadily growing despite y'all saying crazy shit. Oh, you're so biased, but I'm so biased, but we keep growing. Okay, then whatever. Telling y'all how to win, but they don't want to listen. That pride will get you. You got to think about them talking points you want to ride with, because some of this shit's not making sense. You know what I mean? You're like, oh yeah, you should take 12.5. Get stuck at 12.5. Anyway, I'm out. Peace out, y'all. Thank you to my shooters. Another good stream. We was just talking about it. I might do another stream. I'm just going to take a break. It's hot in here. Relax. TC the Crisis. He says you grew so much over the years, G. Shout out to you. Shout out to Super Chat. Yeah, man, this is all about. It's all about progression. That's what I'm all about. And I'm trying to tell these dudes, because I've been there. I've been at all levels of this YouTube shit. You know what I mean? And we reaching our pinnacle. But I've been at all levels. And there's certain way, like, motherfuckers coming out, having small channels, dissing a bunch of people that are bigger than you. That shit is done. Nobody's coming for all that. People want to hear insight, boxing points of views, and footage. Nobody's tripping off of that. People who are coming out with these radical talking points that nobody can even relate to. Like, oh yeah, Triple G deserves 50-50 because Canelo's a bitch. Like, we grown-ups here. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's tripping off dumbass shock jock video shit like that. You know what I mean? Period. Shout out to Renee. He said, what up, Big Ego? I'm from Mexico. We here. Shout out to Mexico. I'm coming to get some of that meat from Mexico. But I don't have to do no drug test, so it's all good. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be back probably later. Subscribe to the channel. We're just dropping that heat for you. One time. Joshua, you gotta do something, baby. Fight Wilder next. That's what the fans want. Not Povetkin. Povetkin's cool. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Why is Dillian White? Why not didn't the WBC order Dillian White versus Luis Ortiz? Why is he about to fight Kubrat Pulev in Bulgaria? I don't understand these things in boxing. I cover boxing, but I don't understand that. The better fight, the more meaningful fight. If you really want a title fight, people want to see you go through it a bit, or at least be in the ringer with, you know what I mean, be in the ring, and you know what I mean, put through the ringer with a person that's capable of bringing the best out of you, or challenging you. So to me, I think Dillian White, if he's going to pursue a mandatory, I thought he wanted to fight Deontay Wilder so bad. So why would you not pursue the WBC's mandatory, who would get you closer to in line? Because if Joshua fights Povetkin, then it looks like Wilder will probably fight Dominic Breazeale, who I believe is the mandatory, right? So if that is in fact the case, then you could be next up. If Wilder beats Breazeale, why not stay to the WBC course, but you're going to have to go through Luis King Kong Ortiz? You said you'll knock the old man out. You know what I'm saying? And you'll gain more than beating Kubrat Pulev, who got stopped by Klitschko and ain't really done shit since then. Let's vote right now. Would you all rather put King Kong or Pulev? Who would you rather see Dillian White fight? If you could get DAZN and they're charging $20 a month to see King Kong and Dillian White or Pulev, you guys put the last name of the fighter you would rather pay for DAZN to see. Look at it. Here's what they think about. I know my boxing. I know my crowd. I know boxing crowd. Because I am boxing. I am boxing. So I know this shit. Look how many people are picking King Kong. It's because they're boxing fans. And it's a better fight. Period. Look. Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you. I know my crowd. I know the boxing crowd. But once again, Eddie Hearn, I think his deal with Dillian White, I think it's like a fight-by-fight basis. But still, Matchroom right now is lost the purse bid to fight Pulev. Why are you even going the Pulev route? Why not go the Luis Ortiz route, since they're both order mandatory? I thought you wanted to fight Wilder so bad. Shit don't make sense. I'm out.